A very good morning, students. Our session of corporate finance. As far as our previous session was concerned, in that session we already discussed about the sources of working capital and the characteristic of working capital. Now, in today's session, we are going to discuss the basic importance of managing the working capital. Now, here we are going to discuss that why we are giving so much importance to the management of working capital. Why working capital is really important for the organization, and what are the major benefits of managing our working capital. As we already know that when the organization is going to manage their fixed capital, that is fixed assets, then a small part of the organization working is complete, only a small part, but the main part, that is the management of working capital, is remaining. If the organization fails to manage the basic requirement for working capital, then definitely the business, the organization is not able to work only with its fixed capital. Company is going to work with its working capital in a proper manner so that they are able to maintain their operation efficiency. With working capital, they are able to manage their manufacturing cycle in a proper manner. So now let's discuss the importance of working capital one by one. The first point is linked with sales growth. Yes, with the management of working capital, a company is able to grow their own sales, because when the routine expenditures, the routine income is going to be done in a proper manner, then the company is able to manufacture the goods, the products in a proper manner with the enough quantity, and with the enough quantity with a proper production, the company is able to serve the whole market. So definitely when the working capital is going to be there, it definitely leads to grow the sales. Again, we are going to discuss in detail if the working capital, or we can say that if the cash flow is there in a proper manner, that is cash inflow and cash outflow, then company is able to purchase the raw material in enough quantity, and with the enough quantity of raw material, company is able to produce more. So company is able to enhance their production capacity with the management of working capital. If the organization has proper fund for the payment of wages and salary to their workers and employees, at that time the laborers, the employees are able to work with proper efficiency. If the organization has sufficient fund for the payment of advertisement expenditures, then definitely they are able to cover the whole market. So ultimately, with the management of your routine capital, your working capital, the company is able to increase their sales in a proper manner. Then after second point, that is importance in financial management. Yes, in finance management, the company is going to take the various decisions that what is the actual requirement of the capital in the business, how they are going to raise the capital, and from which source they are going to utilize their raised capital. So ultimately, the finance management is including the decision of working capital. In in financial management, the company is going to think about how to raise their capital. Means they are going to raise from internal source or from external source. What is their actual requirement for the capital? That is for the long term capital or for the short term needs. So ultimately, the valuable time of the financial manager is going to devote it to the problems of working capital management. That with the best possible way, they are going to manage their both capital, that their routine capital and their fixed capital. So working capital has its own importance in financial management. The third one, that is proper investment. As you already know that the total investment of the organization, that consists a maximum proportion of working capital, means in your total investment more than 60% investment is there in the working capital. So here the company needs to think about, or company needs to think twice about the management of working capital, because in current asset the company is investing its 60%. So definitely the importance of working capital is really very high. Then after the last one, that is small firms. Yes, it is true that working capital is important in each and every organization. They are least concerned with the size. But if we are thinking about the situation of small firms, then definitely we comes to know that in small organization they are largely depends upon the sources of working capital and acquisition of working capital, because in small firms the investment in total capital or in fixed capital is quite low as compared to the investment in working capital. And in small organization, their authorized capital is very much low. So the company is not enjoying their fixed capital in a proper manner, because they are financially not strong as compared to the large organization. And somehow with these reason it is really very difficult for the small organization to raise a proper long term capital for their working capital requirement, because both capitals are interrelated with each other. If company is managing their fixed capital, then automatically they need to manage their working capital. So when one capital is going to be managed, then the company needs to manage their another capital. But in small organization, their total working is depends upon the current assets only. So for them, the requirement of working capital is really very high. Yes, there are few problems of the management of working capital are there that we are going to discuss one by one. First one is to determine a proper amount of working capital to be held in the business. Yes, it is really very important to determine an exact amount of working capital, because if company is not aware about the amount, then they are not able to raise the working capital in a proper manner, or the company is not able to utilize their capital in a proper manner. The second problem is to take decision on sources of working capital. Yes, when a company want to raise their working capital, then there is a major problem that from where they are going to raise their working capital, which source gives the best possible benefits to the organization. Means company is going for the external source, or company is going to choose their internal source. That is totally depends upon the size, the nature and the requirement for working capital. The third problem is to ensure that working capital is efficiently utilized. Yes, utilization of working capital is really very important. If the company has proper amount of working capital, but if it is not utilized in a proper manner, then company is not able to derive the best possible outcomes from the working capital. So here there are importance of working capital. Now let's discuss the another point, that is operating cycle. Yes, operating cycle is nothing but the time that elapsed to convert raw material into cash. That is called operating cycle. Whatever time is going to be taken for the organization, that is to convert the raw material into cash, that is called operating cycle. Now operating cycle is totally different from organization to organization. રો મટીરિયલ, કંપની પાસે જે રો મટીરિયલ છે એને આપણે કેશમાં કન્વર્ટ કરવા છે, It means તમારું રો મટીરિયલમાંથી you are manufacturing your product, you will have your finished goods, then after you are going to sell your finished good in the market, and when your goods actually sold out, so at that time whatever time that takes for the conversion of raw material into cash, that is operating cycle. In some organization, the operating cycle is really very lengthy, and in some organization the operating cycle is really very short. If we are taking an example of our daily products that we are using regular basis, on a regular basis, so the operating cycle of our FMCG products is really very low or really very short. But if we are taking the examples of gold, coal, then after mines, stone mines, so the operating cycle is really very high. Gold means if you are purchasing raw gold, then after you are going to manufacture your raw gold into any ornaments, and then after when the customer purchase your ornaments, that is the length of your operating cycle. In some organization, operating cycle is totally depends upon their production process. If your raw material passes from a single process only, then the conversion into cash will be very high. But if you are producing very rare product, or in another sense we can say that if your product requires many process, or when the production process is really very lengthy, at that time the length of the operating cycle is really very high. For an example, if you are manufacturing a railway compartment, if you are producing the whole section of the train, then it will take a huge time. But if you are manufacturing the seat cover of each and every compartment, then the operating cycle is really very low. Yes, there are few steps that involved when we are calculating our operating cycle. The first one, cash converted into raw material, means when we are purchasing the raw material, at that time our cash is converted into raw material. So when we are purchasing the raw material, when the order is going to be placed, so your cash is about to convert in raw material. Second one, cash paid to suppliers. If we are purchasing our raw material on cash, then directly we are paying cash to our suppliers. Then after, cash paid for bills payable. If we are purchasing our raw material on credit, so after the completion of credit cycle, we are paying cash to our creditors. The next step is raw material issued for manufacturing process. Now here we are putting a focus that at which time we are going to insert our raw material in our production process. The next step is manufacturing process completed. Yes, if there is a single process, then it will complete within a short period. But if product passes through different process, then it will take a time. Then after we have our finished goods. So if we are selling our goods on cash, then we'll receive cash immediately. Second, finished goods sold on credit. So when the credit terms completed, we'll receive the cash from our debtors. So here it is an explanation of operating cycle, that how your raw material is converted into cash. Yes, there is a diagram of operating cycle. First we have cash, that is converted for the purchase of goods. That is the payment to suppliers, we are paying payment to our employees or payment to our creditors. And then after we are going to purchase the goods. And when we have a proper goods with us, then when we are manufacturing our raw material into finished goods. Later on we are going to sell our goods in the market. If it is a cash sale, then immediately we'll receive the cash. And if it is a credit, then after the credit terms completed, we'll receive our cash. So this is the operating cycle. And again I am repeating that the length of operating cycle is different from organization to organization. It is totally depends upon the type of raw material they are using and the production process that they are going to implementing. So that's all about our chapter, that is working capital. So here we are completing our unit number 2, that is working capital. Thank you students, thank you so much.